Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code DTC P0123 refers to a high voltage condition detected in the throttle position TP sensor A circuit of the Honda Civic models from 2006 to 2011. This sensor is crucial for monitoring the position of the throttle plate, which ultimately affects engine performance and emissions. The TP sensor A provides important information to the Engine Control Module (ECM) regarding the air-fuel mixture based on the position of the throttle. The sensor is typically located within the throttle body assembly. When the voltage signal from the TP sensor exceeds the normal operating range of around 4.8 volts, the ECM registers this high voltage condition and triggers the P0123 DTC. Understanding this code is essential for diagnosing and rectifying issues related to the throttle control system. DTC P0123 indicates that the Engine Control Module (ECM) has detected a high voltage signal from the throttle position TP sensor A circuit. This sensor plays a vital role by relaying the throttle's position to the ECM, which subsequently adjusts engine parameters for optimal performance. The ECM uses this data to manage fuel injection and ignition timing. Typically, you'll find the TP sensor A integrated within the throttle body assembly, which is located between the intake manifold and the air intake system. A malfunction in this sensor can lead to improper air-fuel mixture, significantly affecting engine performance and drivability. It's important to identify the presence of high voltage to determine if corrective action is needed to ensure vehicle reliability. There are several possible causes to consider when diagnosing DTC P0123. One common culprit is poor electrical connections, which can disrupt the signal sent from the throttle position sensor A to the ECM. Loose terminals at the throttle body or the ECM can also prompt this code to appear, as they may not allow for a proper signal transmission, resulting in erroneous voltage readings. Additionally, a faulty throttle position (TP) sensor itself could generate a high voltage output due to internal short circuits or component failures. Diagnosing these issues involves inspecting the wiring, connectors, and the sensor for signs of wear or damage. Understanding these potential causes will guide you toward effective troubleshooting methods and solutions. When DTC P0123 is triggered, one of the first symptoms likely to be experienced is the illumination of the check engine light on the dashboard. This warning signals that the vehicle's onboard diagnostic system has detected a fault. Additionally, you may notice engine performance issues, such as stalling, hesitation during acceleration, or general sluggishness. This is because the ECM is receiving unreliable information about the throttle position, which can disrupt normal fuel delivery and ignition timing. There could also be an increase in emissions due to incorrect air-fuel mixture adjustments made by the ECM based on the faulty sensor readings. Recognizing these symptoms is critical, as they indicate that immediate attention is required to maintain vehicle performance and compliance with emissions regulations. In the first step of troubleshooting code P0123, begin by turning the ignition switch to the on-to position, which powers the vehicle's electrical systems without starting the engine. This is essential for conducting checks and readings on the vehicle's diagnostic systems. Next, utilize the Honda Diagnostic System (HDS) to clear any stored Diagnostic Trouble Codes (DTCs), including P0123. Clearing the DTC allows for a fresh read on the vehicle's systems without previous fault codes affecting current diagnostics. This step ensures that any new conditions can be detected accurately without confusing legacy data. After clearing the DTCs, it's prudent to record all freeze frame data and onboard snapshots, as they can provide insights into the conditions leading to the fault. Following the initial steps, the next action is to check the throttle position TP sensor A using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. Access the data list within the HDS, which allows you to monitor real-time sensor values and diagnostic information. Specifically, you will be looking for a voltage reading from the TP sensor A. It should ideally be about 4.8 volts or higher during this check. If the voltage is within this range, it suggests that the sensor is operating correctly at this moment. However, if the voltage is below 4.8 volts, it raises concerns about the TP sensor's functionality or wiring integrity, indicating an intermittent failure that may require further inspection of electrical connections and terminals at the throttle body and ECM. Once the voltage reading from the throttle position sensor A has been verified, the next troubleshooting step involves checking for any pending or confirmed Diagnostic Trouble Codes, DTCs, using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. This serves as an important diagnostic tool that allows technicians to review whether additional fault codes exist simultaneously. Specifically, you'll need to check if both DTC P0123 and P0223 are indicated simultaneously. The presence of both codes suggests a potential issue with the throttle control system, as both pertain to sensor functions. If you find both DTCs present, it will guide you to additional diagnostic steps that focus on throttle control integrity. If only DTC P0123 is present, you will proceed to the next troubleshooting steps to further isolate the issue. If the previous checks have been completed without encountering simultaneous DTCs, the next step involves turning the ignition switch to the lock 0 position, which ensures that all systems are powered down for safety. This procedure is critical to avoid any risk of electrical short circuits or component damage. Once the ignition is turned off, you will proceed to disconnect the throttle body 6P connector. This connector houses vital electrical inputs for the throttle body and the throttle position sensor A. Completing this action prepares the circuit for further testing, allowing you to effectively isolate the TP sensor and its wiring from the rest of the system, making it easier to diagnose any faults that may exist. After disconnecting the throttle body connector, turn the ignition switch back to the on 2 position to power the vehicle's electrical systems again, without starting the engine. This setup is vital for testing the voltage at specific points in the circuit. You will then measure the voltage between terminal number 1 of the throttle body 6P connector and body ground. This step allows you to confirm whether the TP sensor A is outputting the expected voltage signal. Specifically, look for a reading of around 5 volts. Achieving this voltage means that the sensor circuit is functioning correctly at this moment, which indicates that the power supply and connections are operational. If the measured voltage is not around 5 volts, you will need to further troubleshoot the voltage supply path or inspect the throttle position sensor A for defects. Next, turn the ignition switch back to the lock 0 position to ensure that all electrical systems are off before continuing diagnostics. After that, you will jump the SCS service check signal line using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. This step is used to disable the ECM's self-diagnostic functions temporarily, allowing for a more focused inspection of circuits without interference from other system checks. By utilizing the SCS line, bring a full head of accurate information from the manufacturer to the right place. Technicians can isolate the problem more effectively. The function of the SCS line is to allow the technician to conduct tests on electrical components while bypassing any features that could otherwise mask potential issues. Following this, you will proceed to disconnect the ECM connector C44P to examine the communication between the ECM and the TP sensor. After utilizing the SCS line, the next step requires the disconnection of the Engine Control Module ECM connector C, which comprises 44 pins, allowing access to inspect critical connections and conduct diagnostic tests. Before performing any continuity tests, ensure that the ignition is off to prevent damage or false readings during testing. With the connector disconnected, use a multimeter to check for continuity between terminal C20 of the ECM connector and terminal number 1 of the throttle body 6P connector. Confirming continuity means that there is a solid connection in the wiring between these components, indicating that the electrical signal can successfully travel from the sensor to the ECM. Lack of continuity may suggest damaged wiring or poor connections, necessitating further inspections and repairs to ensure reliability in data transmission. Once repairs and replacements have been made based on the insights gained from troubleshooting, it is critical to conduct a final verification. Begin by double-checking all connections to ensure they are secure and free of corrosion, as poor connectivity can lead to recurring issues. After confirming the connections are intact, clear the DTCs again, utilizing the Honda Diagnostic System HDS to reset the vehicle's onboard diagnostics. Following this, it's essential to conduct a test drive to verify that the vehicle operates correctly under typical driving conditions. During the test drive, pay attention to any warning lights or performance issues to ensure that the repairs were effective. A successful test drive without returning the DTC means that the repairs were likely effective and that the vehicle systems are functioning as they should. Preventive maintenance is key to ensuring that issues related to DTC P0123 do not arise in the future. Begin by regularly inspecting the wiring related to the throttle position sensor A and the ECM for signs of wear, corrosion, or damage. Keeping these connections clean and secure can prevent voltage irregularities from arising. It's also essential to routinely check the functionality of the throttle position sensor A itself, ensuring that it produces appropriate voltage outputs. Additionally, periodic diagnostics through the Honda Diagnostic System HDS can help catch early signs of issues before they develop into faults that trigger DTCs. Investing in such preventive measures not only extends the life of the vehicle's components, but also enhances overall performance and satisfaction. In conclusion, DTC P0123 signifies a high voltage condition related to the throttle position sensor A, potentially leading to performance issues in the Honda Civic models from 2006 to 2011. Thorough troubleshooting is essential to isolate the exact cause, whether it be wiring issues, terminal connections, or a faulty sensor itself. Each step of the diagnostic process is vital to ensure precision in identifying the problem and implementing the right solution. Furthermore, regular maintenance plays a crucial role in preventing such issues from reoccurring. By maintaining the vehicle properly, you not only enhance its performance, but also extend its lifespan, making your investment more valuable over time. Understanding these elements empowers drivers and technicians to ensure reliable vehicle operation. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.